Hi, in this video I'm gonna show you how to use the Microsoft Agent Framework in C# to connect to OpenAI directly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go from 0 to first agent, meaning we are gonna make our API key and write the entire code. So let's jump into it. And what I have here is a small console app without any code in it, other than a small, I've written a few steps, what we need to do. And the first step is actually to get some data up from an OpenAI API account. So I'm logged in here on my test account. I normally don't use OpenAI in day-to-day. But if we go into settings here and get an API key, we can get that. I'm just gonna call it AF. And I'm gonna do something you shouldn't do, and that is to show the API key to someone. Of course, I have deleted this key before this video goes live, so you can't use it for anything. But of course, you should never show the key. But I'm doing it here in order for you to see the kind of structure it have and such things, so you get the right thing. And of course, you should also not put it directly in code. It should be in a key vault or a user secret. But this is the key. And the other thing we need to do is we need to get a model. Because this is a small test account, I don't really have access to some of the more advanced models, but I do have access to ChatGPT 5 Nano. So that's the one I'm going to use. G5 Nano. The other models you get more access to the more credits you put in, and I have not put in enough credits to go higher. So that's the reason. Next up, we're gonna need some NuGet packages. We're gonna use OpenAI's raw NuGet package, and then we are gonna put the agent framework on top. So we're gonna go into manage NuGet packages and search for OpenAI. And we're gonna install that one. And similar, we're gonna use Microsoft Agents.openai in order to get the agent code and install that. That's a pre-release as of this recording, so you might need to turn that on to see it. So now we have the code, and what we can do is we can go to the OpenAI namespace and get a chat AI client. Let's just call it client and make a new of them. And all we need is an API key, which we just received from the portal. Then the client, we're gonna get a chat client. This is the most basic way you can work with OpenAI. There's more advanced assistance and responses if need be. But for now, we're gonna use the simple, and we're gonna use the model ChatGPT 5 Nano. And now we could use this client to do raw calls, but given the fact that we want to use the agents, we simply say create AI agents, and we get an agent back here. And this agent can do a lot of extra things, but that is for more advanced videos. Right now, we're just getting up and running. And up and running is simple. In fact, we just need to say await agent dot run async and ask a question. So what is the capital of Germany? And what we get back is a response, an agent run response. And we can simply say console.writeLine response, because the toString method is the text, but you can see there's a lot of other things in here if need be. And when we do this and run it, we will see once it comes back, that it answers back. Sometimes it says Berlin, sometimes the capital of Germany is Berlin, so let's run it again. So that's depending on how the model behaves and like normal LLM stuff with responses. If you want to have a streaming response, we can do that as well. And if you use a higher model, like for example ChatGPT-5, you would probably have gotten this true. But for streaming, you might need to go in and verify your organization. Not going to go to that in this video, and I don't need it for ChatGPT-5 Nano with my current subscription. But we can say run streaming and ask the question again. What's the capital of Germany? Or let's get a longer response, like how to make soup, so we can see that it's streaming data back to us. And let's wait for each, because now we get each word back instead of the final result back in one go. So we feel the progress of getting the response. And we can write console.write with each update, so we get a streaming result. Let's run that, and we should see an answer come back once the AI have done thinking about it. And we can see it streaming back instead of just waiting until everything is there. And that's actually everything there is to it. 1, 2, 3 lines of code and a bit of configuration and output. So that is how you do it. You create an API key, you add the 2 NuGet packages, you create the client, you get the chat clients and create the AI agent from it, and you use run and run streaming to do it. So thank you, and see you in the next one.